friends, Leah and David, were driving the remote stretch of US Route 6 through the canyons of Utah, aiming to catch the sunrise. As they passed into a deep, narrow canyon, they noticed a sudden, profound shift in the air. The sound of their car engine, which had been a steady rumble, abruptly vanished. It wasn't just the engine, the sound of their tires on the asphalt, the hum of the air conditioner, and even their voices. Everything was muffled and deadened, as if a thick layer of cotton had been placed over the world. David tried to speak, but the words were barely audible, lost almost immediately upon leaving his mouth. Leah, completely freaked out, rolled down her window. The roar of the wind was gone. The only sound was a pitched whine that seemed to originate from the center of her skull. It was absolute auditory emptiness, a terrifying vacuum of sound. They drove through this oppressive silence for what felt like an eternity. Then, they saw something moving on the canyon wall, a sequence of ancient petroglyphs carved into the rock face. As they drove past, they saw that the images depicted stick figures climbing off the rock and jumping into the road. But the final, most terrifying petroglyph showed a person standing in a car, their hands clamped over their ears, their mouth open in a soundless scream. The moment they passed that last carving, the silence shattered. All the sounds that had been suppressed, the roar of the engine, the wind noise, and a rush of loud, overlapping, distorted human voices came rushing back at once. The volume was deafening, causing both of them to wince in pain. The worst of the returning sounds was a loud, horrifying shriek, which Leah realized was the sound of her own voice. From when she had rolled down the window, the sound was played back to her, but warped and filled with an intense, raw terror.